Priorities if elected. Thank you. I have always thought that one of the greatest things we could do for our economy was to get rid of the sales tax on food, starting with that, and then gradually eliminate sales tax on other things, because the people in the lower income bracket, the ones right here that are paying about 10% of their income, and that's an income tax to them. They have to pay it out of their income. They would spend that on other things, and it would stimulate the economy. On the other hand, the people who are in control of this state are paying at a rate of about 2%, and their income is up here over $300,000 a year. So the state, after 32 years, is controlled by the very rich and well-born, and that is not democracy.
Thank you, Jerry. Next, we'll hear from Jason Bjorklund.
Well, one of my first priorities out there would be defending your guys' rights to life, liberty, and property. I'm a staunch believer that those unalienable rights should not be violated. Secondly, one of the first things I'd like to work on is the repeal of the National Health Care Bill in the state of South Dakota. It came up a couple times last year. We're going to try and push it again this year. I believe people should have the right to choose their own doctors. They should have the right to be able to access the best medical care they can afford. And finally, one of the issues that I'm going to be working on is expanding our gun rights. One of the things I'd like to see is for us to be able to conceal carry in more states. Currently we're at 26. If we do a couple other things, put a picture on our ID, to provide some training, we might be able to get out to 48 states. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Next, we'll hear from Patricia Stricherz.
I think the first and most important thing that we can do is to really dive into the budget and make sure that we get closer into balancing it. Until we do that, then our hands are tied to really do anything else more effectively. The next thing I'd like to do is to really start elimination and getting rid of excess spending and taking care of education and the roads and bridges in our state. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Patricia. Next, we'll hear from Representative Mitch Fargen.
Thank you. I personally believe the first thing that we have to do is actually balance the budget. We haven't balanced the budget out here in South Dakota 7 out of the last 8 years. We have grown our general budget 53% in the last 8 years. We need a true leader out there to actually get the job done. And well, if you look at we did balance the budget, I guess, then we had the backfill last year, but we did it on the backs of children. We did it backs of the students. I think we took $7 million out of our college school or our universities. We took $4 million away from K through 12. You know, I mean, we're sitting here balancing our budget or backfilling our budget after we take $300 million from the stimulus money and backfilling it on the backs of our students. And that's not right. We actually have to get in there, find the problem, and the problem is government, the problem is peer. We have to start cutting across the board cuts, and we have to actually dig in there and actually have leadership to do it. Thank you.